Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Collections, where we explore the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into one of the most exciting finds in the world of numismatics, the Washington State Quarter Dollar from 2004, with a special mint mark that could be worth far more than you might expect. If you're into collecting coins or simply curious about how much a coin from the United States could be worth, then stick around, because this particular quarter has some incredible value that will surely surprise you. The Washington State Quarter was part of the 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This program was a celebration of the unique history, culture, and landmarks of each of the 50 states. As part of this program, the United States Mint released 5 new quarter designs every year, each representing a different state. In 2004, the state of Washington, known for its lush landscapes, iconic cities, and rich history, was featured with a stunning design on the quarter, but this isn't just any Washington State quarter. What makes this coin especially exciting to collectors is its rarity, condition, and, most importantly, the mint mark. The 2004 Washington State Quarter, produced at the Denver Mint, is known to have a particular variant that is highly sought after in the numismatic community. Now, let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse of the coin features the famous portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. This portrait has been a staple of American coinage for centuries and is instantly recognizable. But it's the reverse side of the coin that captures our attention today. The design depicts a detailed image of the state of Washington, with Mount Rainier towering in the background and a state outline framing the overall design. The coin also includes the words, "The Evergreen State," a nod to Washington's nickname, referencing the state's vast forests and green landscapes. This design is beautiful and unique, but the value of this particular quarter comes from its rarity. The 2004 Washington State Quarter, with a certain mint mark, was issued in limited numbers. During this time, the U.S. Mint was working to meet the overwhelming demand for quarters across the country, and some coins ended up being produced in much lower quantities than others. Because of this, specific quarters from the Washington State design have become incredibly rare, especially if they're in mint condition. Now, let's get to the real exciting part. While most of these quarters are only worth face value, just 25 cents, there is one special version that can command a significant amount of money. A particular variant of the 2004 Washington State Quarter, produced at the Denver Mint with a specific mint mark, has been spotted selling for up to $55,000. That's right, $55,000. So, how does a quarter go from being worth just a quarter to being worth such a jaw-dropping amount of money? The value comes from a combination of factors, including rarity, condition, and the mint mark. The specific mint mark in question is the D mint mark, indicating that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint. Over time, certain batches of these quarters, especially those with the D mint mark, were found to have errors, making them even more valuable. Whether it's due to a minting mistake or a small batch of coins that weren't widely circulated, the rarity of these coins is what makes them so sought after. Of course, not every 2004 Washington State Quarter is worth $55,000. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins that have been well preserved, without any signs of wear or damage, are much more valuable than those that have been used in everyday transactions. A coin that is graded as MS67 or higher, meaning it is nearly perfect, could be worth far more than a coin that shows significant signs of wear. Collectors and dealers alike are always on the lookout for those pristine, uncirculated examples that are in perfect condition, and those are the ones that fetch the highest prices. There are also other factors that contribute to the value of this coin. For example, certain Washington State quarters feature error varieties, such as doubling of the date or the inscription, or misaligned strikes. These types of errors are highly prized by collectors, as they make the coin one of a kind. If you happen to come across a Washington State Quarter with a minting error, it could significantly increase its value beyond even the standard high price of an uncirculated coin. If you're out there searching for these valuable coins, it's essential to pay attention to the details. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just starting out, be sure to check the mint mark, the condition of the coin, and look out for any possible errors or anomalies. It's those little details that can make all the difference when it comes to determining a coin's worth. To sum it up, the 2004 Washington State Quarter is a prime example of how seemingly ordinary coins can sometimes hold extraordinary value. If you happen to find one of these rare, well-preserved quarters with the Denver Mint mark and an exceptional grade, it could be worth $55,000. Who knew that a simple 25-cent coin could be worth so much? It's proof that the world of coin collecting is full of hidden treasures, and sometimes the most unexpected coins can turn into valuable assets. Today, we're diving deep into a special coin that has fascinated collectors and investors alike. The United States Washington State Quarter from 2002, with a specific mint mark, is a coin that has captured the attention of many in the numismatic community. It's a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can become an incredibly valuable piece of history. If you've ever wondered how a modern quarter could be worth thousands of dollars, stick around because this coin could be worth far more than you might think. The 2002 Washington State Quarter is part of the 50 State Quarters program, which was launched in 1999 by the U.S. Mint to celebrate the rich history and diversity of the United States. Each state had its own unique design, and over the course of the program, 5 new designs were released every year. 2002 was an exciting year for coin collectors, as it featured the state quarters for Tennessee, Ohio, Louisiana, and Washington, which brings us to today's star, the Washington State Quarter from 2002. The design on the reverse side of this quarter is one that highlights Washington's natural beauty and cultural significance. The design features a stunning image of the state's iconic landmarks, including an image of Mount Rainier, which is one of the tallest volcanoes in the Cascade Range and a prominent feature in Washington's landscape. Around the coin's edge, you'll find the inscription, "The Evergreen State," a nickname that celebrates Washington's lush, green forests that cover much of the state. The entire design is not only visually striking but also a nod to the beauty and history that Washington State holds within the United States. The obverse of the coin, as is the case with all quarters in this series, features the timeless portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States. His profile is familiar to anyone who has ever handled American currency, and it serves as a constant reminder of the country's founding principles. This combination of a famous historical figure and a unique state design makes the Washington State Quarter a standout coin in the 50 State Quarters program. But here's where things get interesting. The value of the 2002 Washington State Quarter isn't tied to its design alone. No, the true value comes from its rarity and condition, particularly when you take into account the specific mint mark on the coin. The 2002 Washington State Quarter was produced in several different mint locations, but the ones that have become valuable are those minted at the Denver Mint. The coin from Denver is marked with a D mint mark, and this is the version that collectors are particularly eager to find. So, why is the Denver Mint mark so important? Well, it's all about rarity and production numbers. While quarters were produced in large quantities, the 2002 Washington State Quarters with the Denver Mint mark were released in smaller numbers compared to their counterparts. As a result, finding a 2002 Washington State Quarter with the D mint mark in pristine, uncirculated condition is a rare find. The Denver Mint was producing coins during a period of high demand, which means that many of these quarters saw heavy circulation and, as a result, were worn down over time. This makes any quarter in excellent condition particularly valuable to collectors, but there's even more to it. Some of these 2002 Washington State Quarters have been discovered to have minor, yet significant, minting errors. Whether it's a misaligned strike, doubling of the date, or even a small detail in the design that didn't quite come out as intended, these error coins are highly prized by numismatists. It's the rarity of these errors, combined with the high demand for well-preserved coins, that increases their value exponentially. These error coins are especially valuable because they are considered one-of-a-kind, making them much more desirable for collectors who are looking for something truly unique in their collections. When you consider all of these factors, rarity, mint mark, condition, and potential errors, it's easy to see why the 2002 Washington State quarter can be worth far more than just 25 cents. And now, here's the part that will really make you sit up and take notice. If you have a 2002 Washington State quarter with a D mint mark, and it is in near perfect or uncirculated condition, you could be holding a coin that's worth as much as $50,000, that's right, $50,000 for a single quarter. The combination of rarity, condition, and the potential for minting errors has caused the value of this coin to skyrocket, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these special specimens. If you're fortunate enough to find one of these quarters tucked away in your collection, or even better, come across one in your change, you might just be holding a small fortune in your hand. It's truly fascinating how a coin that once circulated in the pockets of millions of Americans can evolve into a valuable and highly sought-after collector's item. This is a prime example of how coins, even those from recent years, can become treasured collectibles. For those of you who love hunting for rare finds, the 2002 Washington State quarter with the D mint mark is definitely one to keep an eye out for. As with any coin that's worth a significant amount of money, it's important to get your coin properly graded and appraised. Coins that are graded as MS65 or higher are considered in mint state, meaning they've been carefully preserved and are free from any significant damage. The better the condition, the higher the value. Be sure to store your coins properly to maintain their condition and prevent any wear and tear. In conclusion, the 2002 Washington State quarter is a great example of how a simple piece of currency can turn into a hidden treasure. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, be on the lookout for this coin, especially those with the Denver mint mark. With its design that celebrates Washington's natural beauty, its unique minting history, and its potential for significant value, this quarter is a must-have for any serious numismatist. And remember, if you find a high-quality example of this coin, it could be worth $50,000. Today, we're taking a closer look at a coin that might just be hiding in your collection or even in your spare change, the 2001 Washington State quarter with a special mint mark. This particular quarter is far more than just a piece of pocket change, and if you're a collector or investor, you'll want to stick around for this one. You won't believe just how valuable this coin can be, and by the end of this video, you'll have a whole new appreciation for this small but mighty quarter. In 2001, the United States Mint released the Washington State quarter as part of the ongoing 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This program was a massive success and an exciting time for collectors, as each state was honored with its own unique quarter design. The 2001 Washington State quarter, in particular, was a standout in the series because of its stunning design and the symbolism it carries. On the reverse side of the coin, we see a beautifully detailed depiction of Washington's natural beauty, which includes an image of Mount Rainier towering majestically in the background. Mount Rainier, a dormant volcano and one of the tallest peaks in the Cascade Range, is not just a major landmark for the state but also a symbol of Washington's rugged and natural beauty. The phrase, "the Evergreen State," also appears on the coin, a tribute to the lush forests and evergreen trees that cover much of the state. The combination of natural beauty and historical significance makes this quarter a fantastic representation of Washington State, but here's where things get really interesting. While the design itself is beautiful, it's the mint mark and the rarity of the coin that's going to capture your attention. The 2001 Washington State quarter was produced at multiple mints, but what really drives the value up for this specific coin is the mint mark. The Denver Mint produced a certain number of these quarters, and it's the ones with the D mint mark that are especially sought after by collectors. Why is this mint mark so important? It's all about rarity and production numbers. When coins are produced at different mints, they often vary in terms of availability. The Denver Mint produced a limited number of these 2001 Washington State quarters, and as time has gone on, the ones with the D mint mark have become harder and harder to find, especially in good condition. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these coins that's well preserved and hasn't suffered from heavy wear, then you may be looking at a valuable piece of American history. Now, what really makes the 2001 Washington State quarter stand out even more is that some of these coins were released with small but significant minting errors. Errors are a huge deal in the world of coin collecting because they make a coin rare and unique. Whether it's a design flaw, a misaligned strike, or an error in the inscription, these mistakes can make a coin incredibly valuable. Error coins are considered to be one of a kind, and collectors are always on the lookout for them. If you find a 2001 Washington State quarter with a minting error, it could potentially be worth far more than a coin that was minted correctly. But even if you don't have an error coin, the 2001 Washington State quarter from the Denver Mint can still hold a significant value if it's in excellent condition. Coins that have been well preserved and kept in uncirculated condition fetch the highest prices in the market. Over the years, many of these quarters were used in everyday transactions, which means that most are worn and have lost some of their original shine. Finding one in near mint or mint condition is a rare and valuable find for any serious collector. So, how much can a 2001 Washington State quarter from the Denver Mint actually be worth? You might be surprised to learn that if you have an uncirculated or error version of this coin, it could be worth an astonishing $57,000. Yes, you heard that right, $57,000 for a single 2001 Washington State quarter. That's the kind of value you could potentially find if you're holding on to one of these rare and pristine coins. Whether it's the combination of the mint mark, the excellent condition, or the presence of an error, this quarter can be worth far more than its face value. Now, you might be wondering how you can determine if you have one of these rare quarters. The first thing to do is check the mint mark. If it's a D mint mark, that's a good sign, but you'll want to look at the coin's condition next. If the quarter has been carefully preserved, with no visible scratches, discoloration, or wear, then you're on the right track. If you suspect there's a minting error, it's definitely worth having the coin graded and appraised by a professional to find out if it has any added value because of that. If you're out there searching through your change or going through your coin collection, it's essential to check for these 2001 Washington State quarters. The coin itself is a beautiful tribute to Washington's natural landscape, and its value could make it an extraordinary addition to your collection or even a fantastic investment opportunity. The fact that this coin could be worth as much as $57,000 is a testament to the unpredictable world of coin collecting and the hidden treasures that could be sitting in your pockets right now. In conclusion, the 2001 Washington State quarter is much more than just a commemorative coin, it's a potential goldmine for coin collectors. Whether you have a pristine uncirculated coin, one with a mint mark, or even an error variety, you could be holding on to something truly valuable. With coins like this, it's always worth taking the time to examine your collection or even your spare change, as you never know when a rare find might be right at your fingertips. Today's video is something you won't want to miss. We're taking a deep dive into a coin that has become a hidden treasure in the world of American currency, the 2007 Washington State quarter with a specific mint mark. This coin, part of the popular 50 State Quarters program, holds a secret, one that could be worth far more than you might imagine. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how valuable this coin could be. Let's first take a quick step back in time. The 50 State Quarters program was launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999 with the goal of honoring each of the 50 states through a series of unique quarter designs. Every year, 5 new designs were released to represent 5 different states, making it a truly exciting time for collectors across the country. By 2007, the program was in full swing, and one of the most memorable designs was for Washington State. The design on the reverse of the 2007 Washington State quarter beautifully showcases the state's iconic scenery. You'll find a magnificent representation of the Olympic Mountains, with a soaring eagle flying above a lush evergreen forest. This stunning design captures the essence of Washington's natural beauty and its rich wildlife, which is a big part of the state's identity. The words, "The Evergreen State," are also displayed, celebrating the forests that cover much of Washington's landscape. On the obverse of the coin, as with all quarters from the series, we see the iconic portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States. His presence on American coins is a constant reminder of the nation's founding principles, and his image on this quarter ties back to the state's namesake. With both sides of the coin featuring stunning, meaningful imagery, it's no wonder this coin has become a collector's favorite. Now, let's talk about what truly sets this particular quarter apart from the rest: the mint mark. The 2007 Washington State quarter was produced at several different mints across the country, but it's the coins with the D mint mark, meaning they were struck at the Denver Mint, that are of particular interest to collectors. So why does this mint mark make the coin so much more valuable? Well, it all comes down to rarity and condition. During the production of these quarters, the Denver Mint issued a limited number of 2007 Washington State quarters, and many of them were released into circulation. The problem is that coins that circulate tend to show signs of wear over time, which reduces their value. Coins that are still in excellent condition, especially those that haven't been heavily circulated or damaged, are worth far more. So, finding a 2007 Washington State quarter in pristine condition is quite a rare find, and that's where the value comes in. But that's not all. There are even more factors that can make this coin extremely valuable. Some of the 2007 Washington State quarters from the Denver Mint have been discovered to feature minting errors. These errors, which can range from misaligned strikes to doubling in the design, are highly sought after by collectors. Coins with minting errors are considered unique because they were made with a mistake that wasn't intended, making them one-of-a-kind treasures. If you're lucky enough to find a 2007 Washington State quarter with a minting error, you could be holding onto something incredibly valuable. So, how much can this quarter be worth? Most people wouldn't think much about a 25-cent coin, but if you have a 2007 Washington State quarter with the D mint mark, in near-perfect or uncirculated condition, or perhaps even one with a rare minting error, you could be holding onto a coin that could fetch as much as $47,000, that's right, $47,000. It's amazing to think that something as small as a quarter could hold such a substantial value, but this is a perfect example of how rare, well-preserved, or error coins can make a huge difference in the world of coin collecting. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for these types of coins, and when a rare example of the 2007 Washington State quarter surfaces, it can generate a lot of excitement, and a lot of money. If you're wondering how to tell if you have one of these valuable coins, here's what you need to look for. First, check the mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. If it's a D mint mark, that's a great start. Next, examine the condition of the coin. If it looks like it's barely been used and retains its original shine, you've got a better chance of having a valuable piece. You also want to keep an eye out for any signs of a minting error. Some of the most common errors you'll see include double strikes, where the coin's design appears twice, or minor imperfections in the engraving. If you spot something that looks unusual, it's worth getting the coin professionally graded. If you're unsure whether your coin is worth a significant amount, it's always a good idea to have it appraised by a professional numismatist or a reputable coin dealer. They can give you an accurate evaluation of its condition and rarity, and let you know if it has any unique qualities that could increase its value. In summary, the 2007 Washington State quarter with the D mint mark is not just any ordinary coin. It's a rare piece of American history that could be worth thousands of dollars. Whether it's the limited production numbers, the minting errors, or the pristine condition of the coin, there's a lot that can make this quarter incredibly valuable. If you've got one of these coins, you may have a small fortune in your hands. Today's video is going to be an exciting one. We're going to dive into a coin that you might have sitting around without even realizing it's worth a small fortune: the 2001 Washington State quarter with the D mint mark. This coin, part of the highly popular 50 state quarters program, has captured the attention of collectors for years, and today, we'll reveal just how much it could be worth. In 2001, the U.S. Mint issued a series of quarters that were part of the 50 state quarters program, a landmark initiative to celebrate each state's unique history and characteristics through their own quarter designs. The 2001 release included quarters for 5 states: Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Washington. Today, we're going to focus on the Washington State quarter, and specifically, the one with the D mint mark. The design on the reverse of the 2001 Washington State quarter is truly special. It highlights the beauty and rugged landscape of Washington State, showcasing the Olympic Mountains in the background with a soaring eagle flying above a lush forest. The words, "The Evergreen State," are also featured on the coin, a reference to the thick forests of evergreen trees that blanket the state of Washington. This design is not only visually stunning but also deeply symbolic, representing the majestic natural beauty that Washington state is known for. On the obverse of the coin, you'll find the timeless portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States. His face has graced U.S. currency for generations, and this quarter is no exception. The combination of George Washington's image with the unique state design on the reverse side makes this coin a standout in the 50-state quarter series. Now, let's talk about why the 2001 Washington State quarter with the D mint mark is so special. The U.S. Mint produced these coins at several different mint facilities, but it's the ones minted at the Denver Mint, marked with a D, that are the ones to look for. So why is this mint mark significant? Well, it all boils down to rarity and condition. The 2001 Washington State quarters were struck in large quantities, but not all of them made it into pristine condition. Over time, many of these quarters circulated and became worn down, which makes finding one in excellent, uncirculated condition a rare treat. The ones with the D mint mark are particularly desirable to collectors who are looking for coins in the best condition possible. If you happen to have a 2001 Washington State quarter with the D mint mark and it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, you could have a valuable piece in your hands. But that's not the only thing that could increase the value of this coin. There's another factor at play here: minting errors. As any seasoned collector will tell you, error coins are highly prized in the numismatic world because they are one of a kind. Even the smallest imperfections or mistakes during the minting process can make a coin much more valuable. Minting errors can take many forms. For example, you might find a coin with a misaligned strike, where the design is slightly off-center, or perhaps you'll come across one with doubled lettering or a misprinted date. These errors can be difficult to spot for the untrained eye, but if you're fortunate enough to discover one, it could mean a significant increase in the value of the coin. But let's get back to the 2001 Washington State quarter with the D mint mark in general. Even without a minting error, this coin can still command an impressive value if it's in excellent condition. Coins that are well preserved, free from scratches, dings, or discoloration, are far more valuable to collectors than those that have been worn down through years of circulation. So, if you have a 2001 Washington State quarter with the D mint mark that looks like it was just minted yesterday, congratulations, you're holding on to a true gem. At this point, you might be wondering how much this coin could actually be worth. You'd probably be surprised to know that if you have an uncirculated 2001 Washington State quarter with the D mint mark, or better yet, one with a minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth a staggering $47,000. Yes, you read that right, $47,000 for a single quarter. It's amazing how a coin that once circulated as just 25 cents can appreciate in value so dramatically over time. The rarity, condition, and the potential for minting errors all play a major role in boosting the value of this coin. It's a perfect example of how something as ordinary as a quarter can turn into a valuable asset with the right combination of factors. If you think you might have one of these rare 2001 Washington State quarters with the D mint mark, the first thing to do is check the coin's condition. If it looks like it's barely been used and is free from any visible wear, it's likely a great candidate for appraisal. Also, make sure to inspect the coin closely for any signs of minting errors. These could significantly increase its value. If you're unsure, it's always a good idea to have your coin graded by a professional numismatist to get an accurate assessment of its value. In conclusion, the 2001 Washington State quarter with the D mint mark is a highly sought-after coin for collectors, especially if it's in pristine condition or features a minting error. Whether you're an experienced coin collector or just starting to learn about the world of numismatics, this coin represents a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. The value of this quarter could easily reach as much as $47,000, making it a real find for anyone fortunate enough to have it in their possession. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2001 Washington State quarter, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! Your next big find could be right around the corner.